Something has happened to Martha. We need to speak with Otto.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're... I know it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearer. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing.
And now she's fallen into the hands of the Empire.
A couple of curse breakers. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think...
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone...
It's not that I don't trust Cole to do his bit, you understand? It's that I don't trust the Empire to show any of us any mercy if we get in their way.
Of course.
Clive, Sid. Cole and his men left earlier. I can have another party ready, if you deem it necessary.
Clive, is everything all right?
Finish with that log, so that's it.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a duck.
Of course, Obola. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland.
Well, I'm glad. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest, and it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitches of Curltail Falls cover them.
Sounds easier than felling a far... Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
Over here! This one.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Well?
Find is one way of put.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's.
Margot.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Staying where we are for now, I reckon.
They have the old rest to us.
Harrison might still be nearby.
Let's get you to a physical.
Sid? What's... I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might, and it appears he was...
They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No, Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but...
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed to...
To the Abbey, sheltering Martha's bear.
Boss, Jill and I will go after them. You take it.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone.
Look sharp.
The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Over here! Go, Corporal!
Nice try.
This one! Get him! Sick him!
Look. Up ahead.
worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Sheep.
The Black Shield.
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. Poor souls turned on the Imperials.
Then, Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn?
I think so.
Black Shield. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
It seems a step too far, even for the Empire. Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we
How dare you speak those words?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so. I didn't see the abbot. He may... The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. They are.
Phil. The Black Rosaria will never tell Martha to beg Sid's aid.
Sid! In here! We found us.
Clive. He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. The bearers.
No, they didn't. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials.
I've gathered the bearers' remains.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Riddick's jump. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself.
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperial.
Spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball. This one. Over here. Get him! You didn't see that coming. That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden.
And now they are truly...
I hope so.
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
No one survived.
I'm sorry. Before he...
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood. Cole said you cast their remains. But it should have been me.
How?
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on... I assumed it was all just nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about letting...
And in ordinary times you would have been right. Which begs the question. My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make...
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, if those Imperials think they can come in here again and Oh, before I forget, Astolas from Otto. He asked me to tell you that Gab...
Then we must as well.
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you would... Those poor souls died to give me a chance to save others. I won't let their sacrifice be in vain.
If you don't mind, Sid, I'd like to stay here with Martha. Just until she finds someone to guard the rest, that is.
Martha's a stout soul, all right. Anyone else would be out cold after what she's been through.
We'll return to the hideaway as soon as we've finished our ministrations.
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! You handy with that? Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not?
Chocobos.
You heard me right. And not just any chocobos. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds.
Chocobos.
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand. There's a...
Where can I find these?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the... You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluck, and don't worry.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no... White Hart is the pride of Rosaria.
White Hart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a... Speaking of brave birds, looks like they went that way. These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business.
Not around here, they weren't.
Oh.
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her.
Yes,
All right, then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
We can win!
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? Let's go. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the and the whole flock.
Thankfully, they did.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think, though I dare say she'd suit if I reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a...
Well...
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back. Told you. And it seems her...
Is that it? You want to...
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. Oh, stay. Doesn't she, Cotton Hanson?
She does indeed. How much do I...
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. Don't you worry. We'll get along. You hear that, White Heart? You've earned yourself some time off. You seem awful familiar. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my car on the road, didn't you?
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement get... Anyhow, best be on my way.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you. Run like the wind. Thanks, Gal. Now, where's Gav?
Gav should be back by now.
I hear there's trouble in
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dharmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
You look like you could do with a drink. Shout if you need to. Oh, keep your mug handy. What can I get you, Sid? How am I getting on? Oh, but and it'd be worse than that if Molly had. Don't tell her you had. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Think it's all right to touch him?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria. That broom's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right. What's the matter, Nick? The hunt board? It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those, just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Right. The people of Alastia are going through a lot. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. And perhaps I can. Pardon? Clive! The patrons, does that mean...
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those Business is busy. Still. Words. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Here you are. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Clive. So. Oh. And Sid, but he's quick look. Always something in there.
That broom's as ragged as ghosts.
Your uncle always seemed a kindly soul, if a little eccentric.
You think it's all right to touch him?
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still.
And you say Sid built this place?
Won't be long now, Martel. Sid, I am...
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well...
It's good to know there's something of the old...
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rug. I took it on, you see, after she... Well, and not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as...
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse break. You couldn't take them some, could you? See...
It'll be nice being the best.
Oh, she always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, here you go. Martel apples, they're called. You hear that, Martel? Today's fun. Martel would have wanted the curse breakers to be the first to try our apples. I'm sorry to put you to the trouble, Sid.
you come through the forge today? It smells like a still.
Would explain Blackson's foul mood. All that pounding must be splitting his skull. I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
You two look like you could use something to eat.
Martel.
Weren't she the girl from the furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan had...
These aren't those apples. She'd have been proud, and rightly.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
A gift from the backyard.
Blimey, these take me back. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the thing. He'd have them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could...
That sounds like the Sid I knew of.
Planning on keeping that lot to you? Hang on. He's on. I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to...
Not so much as... Well, I've got some. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards. The curse breakers sent that they were clearly very fond.
They remembered her. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. She put everything into her work. She wasn't gonna rest. When she died, I named a sapling after her.
And through you. By the way...
Of course not. They like your fruit, Martel?
This tongue here pulled the black from the lake water and...
Just look at her. Isn't Martel in fine fettle? What about young Bobbin?
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of...
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full...
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. The Empire wants answers on what the Empire want.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take...
We're going hunting for outlaws.
Their 100-fold legion.
How'd you like that, boy?
100? I heard they were 1,000.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, they wouldn't have needed to.
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
What did those knights want, Father?
Two more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
You seen them?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. At least I think they was the Black Shields.
Was this the first time they visited?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring fire. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield me.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial...
Don't you go telling these straight... I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask what...
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down, some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, this village will not.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to them. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother...
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, we still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials do... But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to... A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them Perhaps the next village will yield more answer.
Perhaps.
More of my mother's men. Come on. Safe. Nice try. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. That'll do, girl.
That's a fair old scar you got there, by the way. How'd you get it?
Come on. Run like the wind. This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waiting? The mother
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay.
The Black Shield.
You know who we are. Why then, we owe you our thanks. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night.
Say that again. I'll show you a true Brazilian. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you... Your friends have been found. They await you in Old Hill.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. Find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes. Have made it this far south. They may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
This one.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
The gates are closed.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands. You'll find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us. It's over. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.